Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of First Look, Final Word, podcast where we take you along to see a new movie with us. I'm Pete.
I'm Trevor. Thanks for listening, as always, you people with your fingers on the button.
There you go.
Today,
I'm going to say pulse there, but I get it now.
Today, we're going to go see A House of Dynamite. When a single, unattributed missile is launched at the United States, a race begins to determine who is responsible and how to respond. Okay, so if you are new to the podcast, Pete and I were going to drive to the movies and then drive back. And on the way back, we're going to tell you about our immediate reactions.
Yeah, and then,
that's kind of the premise of the podcast. Welcome to it.
Yeah, and then no spoiler free at first, so don't worry about getting spoiled for anything. We'll save spoiler talk for later on in the pod, so don't stress about that. We'll give you plenty of warning if that's something that you are worried about. But obviously, it's better if you just listen to us while you go and see the movie.
Exactly.
Well, while you sit on your couch and watch the movie, I guess, for this week.
Yeah, so this is a Netflix movie, so I don't think a lot of people are necessarily going to see this in the theater. Probably a lot of people are going to be waiting it out.
I think it's pretty limited run, isn't it?
Yeah, but this is going to be a big awards push, so that's why it has like sort of a wide release.
Right. I did. Yeah, they usually do that, right? Well, because what's the criteria for the Oscars? That you have to have shown in a certain amount of theaters.
Certain amount of theaters for 10 days or
okay,
something like that. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, a lot of the time they just put it out for the minimum, right? Just so they can qualify, which is kind of stupid. But I mean,
that's like this is this newest movie by Kathryn Bigelow, and
yes.
I'd have to think for Netflix to have landed her, she would have said, I will sign on, but you have to agree to a theatrical release.
I want that Oscar qualification at least.
Well, like it's a perk of having the hardware. You get to dictate terms.
I guess so. Well, I feel like she was like in movie jail for a while though.
Well, so I was looking at this up today because I thought like her last movie can't be Detroit, which I hadn't seen because it didn't get very good reviews, so I didn't end up actually seeing it. But that was 2017.
Really?
So
that was her last movie?
Almost 10 years ago. Yeah, it's her last feature film, and she's had a few things that have been in the works that she's kind of like let go.
Right.
And I guess she works pretty steady as a commercial director.
Oh, right. Okay.
But yeah, this is her first movie in a while. But then again, she is in her 70s now, so maybe she's just being a little bit picky. But
yeah, I can't remember what I read though. But I read that like there was some behind the scenes stuff where she kind of got a bit blacklisted for, I don't know, probably misogynistic reasons.
Well, like
Cameron had an issue with her. I think that's what it boils down to.
Maybe, yeah, and like, well, I think it's pretty well documented that once a woman director makes a bad movie, then she doesn't get as many like Ridley Scott makes a bad movie a year. He just also will occasionally make a great movie, so it's worth it. But
yeah, I don't think women get quite the leeway that some of the male directors get. But anyway, we don't have to get into that sort of conversation. There's more learned people who are not middle-aged white guys who can probably talk about that.
But a bunch of woke nonsense is what this is. Are you a big Bigelow fan?
I don't know about big. I mean, I don't think I've seen many of her movies, to be honest with you, but the ones I've seen I've liked.
She's one of those directors where, like, I liked a lot of her movies, and it wasn't until she actually won the Oscar that I made the connection, the same person who did, Strange Days did Point Break and did Hurt Locker.
Exactly. So, I think my mind is still like that. I'm like, oh yeah, she did Hurt Locker, right? And like 0 Dark 20, whatever that one was. But I forget about all the other stuff.
30.
Yeah, whatever. I've not seen it.
You haven't seen it? Okay.
No. That's the other one I haven't seen.
That was when she was really in the pocket.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. I haven't seen a lot, I don't think, but I also have probably forgotten half of the ones that she has done that I have seen. So
yeah, well, you still would have been in the UK when 0 Dark 30 came out, right? I think that was like 2012.
I was here. No, I was in
You were
Canada.
here? Okay.
Yeah, I've been in Canada since 2011, man. It's 2010, actually.
You were probably really busy back then.
Yeah, that's why my accent's all weird.
Is your accent weird?
Yeah, if you ask people in England, they'll say, yeah.
They'll say it's weird. They say it's deteriorating. Like,
well, I don't know about deteriorating. That makes it sound bad. It's evolving. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Well, okay, I don't want to sidebar us too much, but do you find it comes back more when you go back over to visit?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm visiting there, even though I'm just talking to a British person, it'll slide something back in.
Wow.
Or if I have a couple of drinks, then it definitely creeps back in. But yeah,
Okay.
like when I'm doing a podcast or when I'm just talking to people, I have like my telephone work voice on where it's like, what kind of accent is that? But that's just learned behavior because I had so many people stare blankly at me the first 5 years I was in the country. So I had to tailor the way I spoke to people
You're
so they would understand what I
you're
was saying.
you're sick of people saying like, "Hey, where in England are you from?"
Oh yeah, are you from Australia? Or just literally just blankly staring at me and being like, I don't know what you just said. I had that a lot.
Well, I'll give us a good segue because there are like a few Brits playing Americans in
Yeah.
this movie.
Did you see the trailer?
I didn't see the trailer.
I
No,
watched the trailer today and I was like, they held back Idris Elba. He's not really in the trailer, although he like narrates the trailer. I was like, is that Idris Elba narrating with a weird accent?
he's doing a Stringer Bell
Not even that.
accent.
It's like
Or...
it's like a different accent because like he was really good when he was Stringer Bell, but this one I was a
And
bit
yeah,
like,
he did a different one in The Office
yeah, and I
as
was a bit,
well.
yeah, that's true actually. But this one I was a bit like, oh, I don't know about that accent. But
Is
then
he?
I was like, is that even him?
I'm sort of just expecting that he's going to be playing the president. Is that?
No, I don't think he is. No, they've got an old white guy playing the president, obviously.
Oh, boring.
But yeah, so I don't. Yeah, so that's what I mean. They didn't really reveal his role in the movie, so I'm a bit like, what's he going to be doing?
Think he's the big bad?
Potentially. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I actually I purposely avoided the trailer. Like I
I
hadn't
mean, it
watched it
doesn't
before we.
show much really. It doesn't really show much more than what you said in the synopsis there. But yeah, that's basically what it seems to be about. It's like what would happen if a nuclear missile got fired at the United States.
Yeah, like it sort of seems like it's playing in the same area as like a Doctor Strangelove or Failsafe or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. Maybe not exactly like that.
Well, not yeah, well, yeah. Failsafe is like the straight version.
Right. I've not seen that one. No. But
It's
yeah, it
well,
looks it's
they're both
very.
based off the same book.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah, I'm not as learned as you.
No, Doctor Strangelove's like one of my favorite movies, so I know. Sorry,
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
it's a good movie, yeah. But yeah, Failsafe is like just like the it's Doctor Strangelove without jokes
without
and
the,
like
without the jokes. That sounds horrible, but anyway.
yeah, it's not very good to be honest. Like, well, especially if you've seen Doctor Strangelove first.
Well, this one looks like it's going to be incredibly tense and stressful.
Yeah.
Which is as you would imagine it would be.
Well, since the Hurt Locker and especially since Zero Dark 30, she's been in like very much like a documentary realism,
Yeah.
and like all very political and
Yeah.
war based.
Yeah, American
Saying that I
military
haven't seen
stuff.
I haven't seen Detroit, so maybe that.
Right, no.
But I gathered from the trailer that that's what it was
I don't
like.
think I've even seen the trailer for that movie. That one passed me by. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's
Not to
got
see all of a sudden.
John Boyega,
Oh, I remember that. Now.
another
Oh, yes,
another Brit
yes.
playing an American. I
Yeah,
guess.
she likes the Brits doing
guess
that sense,
so.
I guess, right? Why not? They're good at him.
Well, he's very good at it.
Yes, John Boyega.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good one. What's he been in lately? Anyway, let's not get. Let's not get...
The Rise of Skywalker in 2019. I don't know what he's been in since then.
He's done a ton of smaller projects. I think. I see him pop up every now and again, but yeah.
Oh yeah, he was in that Steve McQueen like miniseries.
He should have done. He should have blown up way more though. That's
Well,
Star Wars' fault.
after that first movie for sure, and then like they just dropped the character into the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. They kind of kiboshed his career a little bit.
Yeah.
I think they made him mad at just movie making.
But
But anyway, we're not here to talk about Star Wars and John Boyega.
But this movie, like, it's still pretty early, but there's a lot of Oscar buzz in the air. Like, this was a big festival player.
Yeah, it seemed like it's one of those made for Oscar buzz movies. It seems like.
Yeah, and like if you are a director that's won Best Director,
Yeah.
then like, and you're making a serious movie, like
Exactly.
it's kind of assumed that you're gonna make a run for
What's
it.
the
And,
point otherwise?
yeah, and like Netflix has a lot of money to throw around, and
Apparently, yeah.
it's not like they're gonna like try to run the Russo brothers movie,
Right.
Electric State or whatever. I don't know if they have anything else in contention.
You're gonna
Really.
get that big push of it
Yeah.
for your consideration.
So yeah, I guess we'll just have to see. Like I don't know much about this movie, but I'm like not a huge Bigelow fan, but like I'm a big enough fan.
I really like.
She's always pretty consistent.
I'm a big Rebecca Ferguson fan now.
Well,
She's
who
great.
isn't? Like
She's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I completely
I love
agree.
everything I've seen her in. So yeah, looking forward to see what's going on with this movie. Because I feel like it's one of those things that part of me is a bit like, I don't know how you stretch a whole movie out about this premise, but I'm sure it's got more going on than maybe the trailer lets on.
Well, I guess like good directing, good acting is how you make it.
I guess so, right?
Um, like I'm assuming it's mostly like a one setting premise. Like that's
Yeah.
kind of the impression.
The trailer
I
seemed like it was a lot of like the control room where they're checking like what DEFCON rating we're at.
yeah.
And like Rebecca Ferguson is like one of those analyst people, and there's a bunch of them being like, "What are we supposed to do if we've never had this happen before?" Like, oh shit, I guess we're all gonna die.
I just I love stuff like that though. Like my
Yeah,
favorite parts of Apollo 13 are just them in the
yeah,
control
that's a
room
good
and stuff
shot.
like
Yeah,
that.
that's why it did seem a bit like that.
Like
Yeah.
good actors staring at boards and making you feel things
You're
just
right.
from their emotions.
A lot of like smart people doing smart things as well is usually very interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, is that a good segue? Smart people doing smart things?
sure.
Okay.
So what was that going to?
Segueing to our ongoing
Oh,
project.
right. Yes, yes. I didn't think I didn't make that connection, but no, that's perfect.
All right, so yeah, we have an ongoing project called The Last Action Heroes, where each week for about 9 or 10 weeks, we're looking at a different action star of the 80s and early 90s.
What week are we on now? 5?
I think this is 5. So we did Schwarzenegger,
Did a double. We
Stallone.
kind of did a double week though, didn't we?
Yeah, we did Van Damme and
Dolph.
Lundgren
Yeah.
in one movie, and then last week we did Bruce
Oh
Willis.
yes, we did Bruce Willis. Yes.
And then this week we're doing Sigourney Weaver
Yes.
in Aliens.
We had to put this one in, really, didn't we?
Yeah, and like
And I don't think we announced it on our social, so apologies for
No, 'cause-
he was
'cause-
looking out for that.
because I was doing something a little sneaky. Well, like
Oh, sneaky Trevor.
I wanted to make sure that we weren't just going to be covering like 10
Like
10 white guys.
Sausage fest.
Yeah, and like this is such an iconic performance that I would put it up there amongst the best like action performances of all time.
Oh, definitely.
But it's not like Weaver didn't have a deep bench of where she was doing stuff like this.
No, good point. Definitely true.
So like in that way, like she sort of doesn't belong, but this is just such a like a titan of a performance. Like if Bruce Willis just did Die Hard, we would still have to cover him.
I guess that's fair. That's
like,
very fair.
And like I would put this above Die Hard and John McClane. And I don't.
Yeah,
I'm probably the only person who's ever weighed these two against each other. But
yeah, it's like what's the metrics are you using? They're very different.
But no, I love this, and like when we first started doing this project, I sent you this, right? Like I was asking ChatGPT, like, what are Sigourney Weaver's like other action roles? Like seeing if there's like other things we could possibly consider.
Right.
And they said, the Alien movies, what she's doing in Avatar, which like she doesn't have an actiony role in Avatar at all.
That's a stretch.
And they said Starship Troopers, and then I'm like,
Starship Troopers.
I said,
was it in Starship Troopers?
remember I sent you this. So, and I said, who is she in Starship Troopers? And it said she plays Ratchak, who is like who is Johnny Rico's. He was Johnny Rico's teacher,
like Michael Irons.
Yeah. And so then. And this is 100% real. I will share the screenshot on
this is
Instagram.
like peeling the curtain back on how we plan our shows.
This is just in the ideation phase.
Yeah.
But so I asked it like, are you sure that she was in Starship Troopers? Because I'm pretty sure that role was played by Michael Ironside. And then ChatGPT said, yes, you're right.
You're totally right.
No,
good catch.
No, so it said, you're right. Actually, she was initially cast in the role, and then she was replaced by Michael Ironside afterwards. And I said, are you sure? Because
I really want that to be true.
I've never heard of this before. And it said, oh, actually, you're right. I accidentally said it was Sigourney Weaver in this movie, when in fact it was Michael Ironside.
Oh, poor ChatGPT. They try so hard.
But like it wants to please you so much that it gives you that information to say like, oh yeah, do you remember when Ratchak like lost both of his legs? That was Sigourney Weaver the whole time.
Yeah, but it's a good shot though, because I don't really think she did anything else, right?
And
like Aliens she's not like super action Jane in it. It's more like
in this one,
you're every man being forced into that position. I mean, she does turn into a badass for like the last half hour.
Yeah, but it's an incredible half hour. So.
It is. But I mean, like, it's not like because when I was watching this, that's what I was thinking. Is like they've tried to replicate that so many times, but they usually just go to like, oh, it's a badass like woman, like they would if it was a dude, and it doesn't seem to work for some reason.
Well, what they end up doing, like for both men and women. It's like, oh, this person actually has a secret past where they were already a
Yes,
badass.
exactly. It's like they've just retired from being a badass and now. Although, what was that movie? Charlize Theron did like her Jerry Action movie a few years
The
ago.
Old Guard?
No, it was before that. I think it was Charlize Theron. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody
Is it
else.
Aeon Flux?
No, you know, I'm thinking it might not have been Charlize Theron. It might have been somebody else. Oh, shit, I'm gonna have to look that up because I remember quite liking it. But anyway,
I'm not sure. Is it Salt? Is that what you're thinking of?
no. Oh,
Okay.
mate, no,
That
not
was
Saul. That was
Jolie.
Joe. That was
Yeah.
yeah, that was Julia Jolie. No, I can't remember now. I'm gonna.
But anyways, like regardless, I think this is the best example of someone who is not like a super competent like action military person who like just has to figure out how to be one in the course of the movie and it feeling earned and not ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things that it seems like very difficult to do. Like I don't think it's been replicated anywhere near as well since.
Well, and kind of what they end up doing is they, you'd either like really play up the sexuality of the
Right.
character, or they sort of just come off as a little too overpowered
Yeah.
for the most part.
Well, that's what they kind of did.
Did you find it?
No, I have no idea. I'll never be able to figure it out. Let's not worry about it. But I think like what I'd never really, well, I mean, I had, but like I when I watched this last night, and that might be because I watched the extended edition. Have you ever seen the extended version?
Yes, and I want to dig into that.
Okay, because I think maybe that's why it was. But like I was really like, this is basically about a mother trying to like not being able to deal with the fact that she like let her daughter down.
Yes.
And I was like, that's basically their whole driving thing of why she cannot leave her. I mean, you can't when I first watched, like, yeah, obviously you can't leave the kid behind. But now that I'm older and I have kids and I understand that like she's dealing with the fact that she lost her kid, it's like it put it in a whole different like sort of mindset for me.
Okay. Well, like I've watched the special edition, and like my reaction was that like I feel like it's not tight enough, and
It's way too long.
I know that was always the intention for her to have a kid,
Yeah.
and that the kid died, but just from the way that they cut the movie, you could tell that they were thinking that might be a storyline that they would have to drop because like even in the special edition, she doesn't mention she has a daughter until like 5 minutes after she's told that she's been asleep for 55 years.
Yeah.
Which like is unusual.
Yeah, I never mentioned it once in the first movie.
So like while I appreciated that backstory, and I think it does enrich the movie, like for whatever reason I feel like it's just not as tight of a movie, and I enjoy it a little less.
Totally agree with that. Yeah.
Maybe if they left that in but took out the colony stuff, which I don't really like at all.
That bit you don't need at all. I agree with that. The way I look at the extended stuff is like it's great to give additional like story and backstories for stuff, but so it's great story wise, but movie wise, it's not good at all. Like, it's way better with it being removed.
Yeah, so it
makes that first third of the movie so clunky and like, can we just get on with it?
Yeah. Well, like I did watch the theatrical version last night, and I will have to say, like, I think the best version of this movie is the theatrical after you've watched the special edition.
Maybe I'll go back and watch it now.
It's like you go and like all this stuff that's subtext before becomes text, but it's like it's still subtext.
Yeah, it's like pre-reading. Just do your pre-reading and then go and watch the movie, and you'll appreciate it more.
Well, and I was reminded of when we just watched Jurassic World Rebirth.
Okay.
And then I don't even know if you'll remember this because this movie was like a total nothing.
Yeah, I kind of expunged that whole movie from my mind, I think.
There was like Mahershala Ali.
Oh yeah,
from that movie.
I remember.
But he has a whole backstory about how his kid dies.
Oh,
and they gave him that backstory, so then he's like, oh, he really doesn't want these kids to die because he's had a kid that dies.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking about
Alien School of Writing.
I was thinking about that from Aliens, is like, does she really need to have had a daughter that died for her to care about this girl?
No, she doesn't at all, right?
She doesn't, but I do agree with you that it enriches it, but I I can easily see why they cut it.
Oh yeah, it's not needed, but that's the whole. And that's the whole way I see it. Though all those extended parts, like none of them are needed for this movie. Doesn't really make it a better movie, really. It's just like it just makes it enriches it a bit more.
Yeah,
Like
it's
you
like
said,
it's an oddity for fans of the Alien franchise.
yeah. Like just for me, it's like what because when I go back and watch movies that I like watched a lot or really loved from before I had kids, it's almost like my mind, the way I perceive things now is just totally different. Looking at it from a parent point of view, which I
Yeah.
didn't really think would happen, but now I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Like if you've missed your kid's whole life, you'd be like, because she immediately like globs onto new, like, which you would just maternally in general, but it's just like,
Yeah, and like
rather than it's just like, oh, she's the woman, so she's going to be maternal. It's like, no, she's actually
no,
grieving the loss of her daughter, and now she's got a replacement almost.
and there are other women there, but
Yes,
they're military, right?
true.
These are all like, cold,
Yeah,
heartless people for the most part,
exactly.
aside from like how horny they are for each other.
Apparently, they're really interesting, like lingering love.
Very interesting dynamics in this movie,
Yeah,
for sure.
Vasquez and Bob Boggs. I forget. I just always call him Boggs because that's who he was in Shawshank.
Yeah.
I don't know his name in this.
Yeah, like
There's so many weird.
I don't want
them
to
high-fiving each other. I thought they were gonna kiss at a couple of different points.
Yeah, so I don't know what their relationship is. Like, I think that they have not had sex yet.
It's tension, right?
But
it's just so much tension.
But it's just a formality at this point. Like
Yeah.
they know that it's going to happen.
It's like we're moving on from high fives pretty soon.
Yeah.
Just like every time she says something, he's like scurrying along because he wants to be able to high five her right away.
Hell yeah!
It's like I've got an excuse to high five her again.
I live to high five this woman.
It's like,
and you know what? Honestly, I get it.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's not really high five worthy. You might want to play it a bit cooler.
Yeah, and like honestly, Vasquez is one of the best female characters in an action film. Like she is awesome.
She's a badass. She's the baddest. She's like the biggest badass in the whole squad.
Yeah,
like without a doubt.
And she's the mom from Terminator 2, right?
Yes, I did know that, but I'd forgotten.
And she's not Latin at all, which makes it a little more problematic.
Well, we don't have to get into all of this.
But honestly, like it's a very positive portrayal. Like
yeah, true.
Like, but it is.
She's so bad. She doesn't even need to wear a helmet.
That's true, yeah, and she just like immediately puts her bullets back in her machine gun, and she might have started the thermonuclear meltdown, but
some of the stuff in this is so silly. It's like better collect all your bullets and put them in a bag. It's like that's stupid. Surely they could just give them an order and they'll follow it. You don't need to like their children. Like, come on, give me your bullets.
Well,
I'm putting them in the bag.
They do seem like they're lacking discipline for sure.
Yeah, that was the one thing of watching this movie again. It's like, oh, we've got this elite squad of space commandos, and it's like these just like the worst group of guys ever.
Well, and so like I think it's not like explicitly stated, but the Marines say like, is this another bug hunt? So like I think like they've encountered alien creatures before, but I think it's really like it's them just like shooting like a bunch of knee-high little alien creatures or whatever.
Right.
Like these seem like they all seem to have the swagger without the confidence, which makes me think like they haven't faced an actual threat in a really long time.
Yeah, because the way they even go about like going in, it's just like, yeah, this is probably not the best plan. They're just like swaggering in like into a place and it's like Ripley has to point out, they're like, hey, you probably don't want to be going in there and shooting guns out because you're going to blow yourself up. And like none of them had come up with that idea.
Well, seriously, and the like Weyland-Yutani just sent Burke. Like it didn't send any other kind of technician.
Right.
Which like also seems a little strange, but
and also the fact that they all leave the ship and go down to the planet and leave nobody behind. It's like, oh, I guess let's hope our like communications don't get disrupted because we're well screwed.
Yeah,
then.
like they did keep two people on like
the jump ship,
on the jump ship, but like just like 200 yards away, basically, close enough that a xenomorph could just like hop on over there.
Right? Like, talk about, like, no backup plan for if they get stranded on that planet. Like, geez.
Their only backup plan is, like, we have to check in a couple days, at which point they'll send a rescue boat that'll get here in 17 days.
17 days, yeah.
17 days? We're not going to make it 17 hours!
He's so good at that.
He's the best.
It's like
He's the best.
Like, stuff like that wouldn't work, right? It shouldn't work. Like, you can't be that over the top as a character and make it work. But he just does.
What I forget about his performance though is like that character has an arc, and like he
Yeah, he
becomes
really does.
heroic by the
Yeah,
end.
yeah. It's like a
Like
joke at the start, right?
like he kind of gets over it, and then he just like settles down and like gets to business. Like
Yeah, he goes from like the Joker to the like I'm having a complete meltdown here because can't deal with this to like I'm okay, I'm over that now and let's fucking get shit done. And then yeah, he's like has a heroic death at the end.
and like same with the lieutenant kind of too.
Yeah,
Like he got bumped in the head, and he's just
yeah.
like, you know what?
Knock some sense into him.
You know what? I'm going to listen to this person who seems very competent.
Yeah. They really did a good job of showing how incompetent that guy was. Though he couldn't do anything right.
Just has sweat pouring
It's like
off
can't
his
even like
head.
do a debriefing.
It does seem crazy that like on this mission, like the highest ranking person is a lieutenant. It doesn't really make any sense to me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The whole like decision to send that specific crew, it's a bit like who's making these decisions?
I guess they were at the ready, maybe. I don't know.
guess so. I mean, maybe there's not many like bug hunting crews they have.
Yeah, but that's what like how like Ripley comes off early in the movie is that like she's a career person, and like she kind of knows that she's a cog in this machine, but she had achieved like fairly good status in there, and she was working her way up, and then she's very frustrated that she lost that
Right.
status. When she's on the planet, like when she's on the planet initially, she's not looking to play any kind of militaristic role.
No.
She's just there as the advisor. Then when she realizes like, oh, there's like
Oh, these people are idiots.
there's a big competency gap. Like I have to step in, and that's what like you could see like the real through line between Ripley and Alien and Ripley and
Yes.
Aliens there,
Yeah.
and that like you know in Alien she was very by the book kind of to begin with, but like she always knew what the right thing to do was because like basically it was just common sense.
Yeah.
Like we have to
She's just hyper competent.
like we have to do quarantine. That's not only the protocol. This makes sense. He has a fucking alien on his face. I'm not letting him in here.
Right.
But then by the end of the movie, she's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna blow this up." Like
Yeah.
obviously, that's what we're gonna have to do. And that's kind of where she's at the beginning of Aliens.
Yeah.
Like she's still a company person. She still cares about status, but then she's not gonna care about the chain of command when the obvious thing to do is to just drive straight towards the
Right.
problem and save
Like
people.
do something. Yeah.
So that like I really love the character, and I love her performance, especially in this movie.
Yeah.
I think in the later movies it gets a little bit too like I don't know what to say, like maybe a bit too overpowered or too cocky. I don't know, but like
Yeah.
it's never a problem for me. But like here, it's just absolutely perfect.
Well, yeah, I think that was the problem they had, right? It was like it was like you say, it was pretty much perfect. The character arc in this movie, especially like you said, coming from the first movie. And I think the problem they had was that it was so good that like there wasn't really a way to continue it further and have it be as good. So they're like, we kind of just need to do a bit of a reset and do this again. Just have her do the same stuff again.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, are you gonna do that? It's like, oh, we'll just figure out a way. It never really worked.
Well, like, and killing all the characters at the start of Alien 3 is really such a disservice to this movie.
Like that's what, and I wanted to ask you about that because I wanted to ask your opinion on, because a lot of people say like, a lot of people have issues with certain sequels and certain prequels that come out, and it's like, oh, it like ruins the original movie, and the argument against that is like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't ruin it. Like it's still there. You can go and enjoy that movie. It's fine. Like this is just something different. But I really do think that it does sort of taint. Like I've heard people call it like you're pissing in the pool of the franchise, and it just affects it no matter what. Because that's what watching the end of this movie, all I can think about was like they just screwed all the they ruined this entire ending of this movie.
Like you're really gonna kill Newt off between this. Like it sucks.
Like man, you went through so much shit and that building that whole relationship with her and him through the whole movie for him to survive, and then just like, oh, and then he died on the way to his home planet. It's like no.
Like they do, like at least they give Bishop a moment, which
even that is just disappointing.
I like
dig him out of the garbage. I mean,
I like Alien 3 more than most people, like, and I like Alien Resurrection more than most people, but like I would also be fine if they didn't exist.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, so my two thoughts at the end of this movie was like, oh, I hate the fact that they just totally screwed these characters over at the start of the third movie, and the other thing I was upset about was that they never let Neil Blomkamp make his Alien movie that was set after Aliens and just ignored 3 in Resurrection.
Right.
Which I don't know if you followed that when that
was
going on.
Like what year would that have come out? Like right after.
It was right around the same time Prometheus came out. That's why they tanked it, because it started off and he just like was he did it in his spare time for fun, like while he was making like Chappie or whatever.
Yeah.
He just did like
Well,
drawings.
he was already sort of going downhill
Yeah,
by that point, though.
yeah,
Because
but he did a bunch of drawing concept artwork, and it was like old man Hicks with like synthetic implants and stuff, and like Ripley was older, and it was like bunch of Wayland Yutani like testing facilities and like fighting a bunch of aliens. And then he wrote a script for it, and like all the fans were going nuts. He never released a script, but just from the artwork, all the fans were going nuts saying we want this because we want Hicks and Newt and stuff. So they give him the green light to develop the script, and then like he had Sigourney Weaver on board. He had what's his name,
Michael Biehn,
Michael Ryan. Yeah.
Lance Henriksen too.
Yeah,
Or
I
okay.
don't know about that, but yeah, they had them two on board. And like Sigourney Weaver loved it, and she was like, "This is the proper like
Yeah.
this is how Ripley's like should have ended. Her story should have ended." And then and then Ridders comes along and he's like, "I'm making an alien movie," and they're like, "Oh, sorry, Neil, sorry, Neil, we're not doing two." And that was the end of it.
Well, that is too bad.
Yeah, but like, so I was like, "Oh, I really would have loved to see a different story continuing that." But
I think I've talked about
not
this
to
before.
say it would have been great. I mean, like you say, Neil Blomkamp was going a bit downhill at that point anyway. But
I think I've
uh,
talked about this before. Like there's like an audio play
oh yeah,
that has Sigourney Weaver and Michael Biehn and Lance Henriksen in it doing an Alien 3 that's just a direct continuation of this.
really? I
Um,
wonder if it was the same, if it was linked then.
no, like I don't think it's because it just takes place on a space station.
Oh, okay, I
Is that
gotcha.
I don't think it's the same. And like I think the screenplay is by someone famous, but it's escaping me right now.
Gotcha.
And like it was okay. Like to be honest, like I think the story got a little silly. Like I think
Yeah,
um,
that's the thing. Like, it's one of those things where in my head, I would have loved to have seen the continuation of those characters' story, but at the same time, I'm like, well, I don't really know how you do that in a way that I would actually want to watch. I just want to know that they are okay.
yeah. Well, and like this movie, like so brilliantly yes ands Alien,
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
by just asking the question like what is laying the eggs, like
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
then that and you kind of get the movie from there. I don't know what the obvious next question is
No,
from
exactly.
there.
Like, you can't just do like
I
if
guess it's
there's
like
more of them now. Like that's not gonna really work.
I guess Prometheus tried to answer like, well, where did the thing that laid the eggs comes from? But
Yeah.
like it turns out that's not that that's not that interesting.
Yeah. Well, not to pivot too far, but have you been watching or have you watched Alien Earth?
I watched the first episode and liked it okay. I found it a bit slow and I've been waiting for someone to tell me it's a must watch.
Yeah, I'm in actually pretty much the same boat. I think I managed to watch the first two episodes, and I was like, I love that it's aliens, and I love how it's doing the whole alien aesthetic like perfectly. But I was a bit like, yeah, it's not hooked me. Like if it's not hooked me by two episodes in, I was like,
Well, people kept saying it's like Andor, like it's that level, and
yeah.
like it did seem very high quality, but
Yeah.
it did not grab me
I
in the
think it
same way.
like
So
I know some people who have watched it and they say it's really good and it does improve as you go. But
okay,
so I think I will watch it eventually. But yeah, I'm a bit like I don't know. Well, that seemed to be like where you would go next with the story because the only place you can go with the story is like, oh, now they're on Earth.
yeah, and I don't want them to, I
Yeah,
don't want them to do it.
that's a totally different movie then at
Yeah,
that point, right? It's like it's not the same thing. I mean, we did review. I can't even remember the name of it.
Romulus,
Alien
yeah,
Romulus,
which I thought was
which we both liked, if I remember
which we
correctly.
both liked, but we both also thought like it was too
Yes.
deferential to the other
Yeah,
movies.
exactly. It was like 80% there,
Like
but then they
you even had the android say like,
yeah,
"Get away
spoiler.
from her, you bitch."
Yeah, that and a couple other things was just like, yeah, that kind of really took it down a couple of stars or a couple of
Yeah.
points. But
And that one's like it was very clear that someone really loved playing Alien Isolation, and then they just wrote a movie that was like that.
I do like the fact that they made that game. You ever play that game?
I was like, I've watched
It's too
people
scary.
play the game, and
It's
it
too
just
scary.
scared me. It's
Yeah,
very scary.
I've tried to play it multiple times, and every time I do, I only get a bit of the way through, and then I just have to put it down because it is too scary. But I love that it's like they picked up like, oh, this is Ellen Ripley's daughter's story. Which part of me, I've not played through the game, so I don't know how it ends. But I know that in the game, her daughter like basically finds out exactly what happened to her in the first movie, and then there are aliens, and she has to fight an alien. And I'm like, so she did all that, and then just went back to Earth and just
Died of old
yeah,
age
she died of old age.
at like
That
65.
seems like a weird way to mess up the canon of that story, but whatever. But I mean, who's saying she can't? No one's saying she can't do that.
Well, anyway, so I think in some of the sequels, they kind of just they just assume like Ripley is obviously a badass who's great at
Yeah.
killing aliens,
Yeah.
right? And I think it sort of misunderstands the character.
Yeah, because in this movie, she's like, "How do I use a gun?"
She's not a badass. She's a badass because she has to be.
Yeah, she does whatever it takes.
Yeah,
That's all it is. She's
and
like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna tape these guns together because I can only carry one thing."
Yeah, and she's a great problem solver.
Yeah,
Like,
oh yeah, yeah.
and at that point, like when Nuke gets kidnapped, she's like, it would be stupid to go after her, but
Yeah.
like there would be no point. Like I could not forgive myself
Yeah.
if I didn't go after her.
Exactly. It's like, what's the point in us escaping if it's just like we're just gonna leave little kids behind?
And yeah, I don't think we mentioned this already, but she got an Academy Award nomination for
I
this,
didn't know that.
which is like
That's
it's
crazy. She
It's
did.
insane.
Yeah,
Like to think
I
like
didn't realize that.
like, and it's very easy to say like, you know, does a role like Michelle Yeoh in Everything Everywhere All at Once get taken as seriously without like a role like this kind of like I feel like this is not a usual role that would get nominated, but like I'm super happy that she did because it's very cool. Like it's
especially back then. That's crazy. I didn't realize that.
yeah, it's very very cool nom.
Yeah.
Didn't see a lot of that.
No, not at all. Oh, that's made put a smile on my face.
No, I mean, maybe the Oscars aren't all
You know what
that
else
bad.
it did? Like watching this, it really made me want to watch all the other Alien movies. Like I think I'm gonna. I've never seen the extend. I don't think I've ever seen the extended assembly cut, whatever they call it, of the third one, Alien 3. Did Finch do a cut of it or something that's supposed to be better?
Okay, well then I haven't seen that one then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did like an assembly cut that's be a bit different.
An assembly cut that's better is like it's usually it doesn't really sound like that would work, but
no, well, I think it's just longer. When I hear assembly cut by the director, what I mean is that was before the studio got at it and took out, made him change a bunch of shit that he didn't really want to.
well, like and like honestly, the like how the movie was like made and the editing is not really my problems with the movie. It's that like you're setting it on a weird prison planet.
Yeah. Well, I think there's some from like a quick scan I had. I think there's some like specific differences that they changed.
Okay,
but I don't know what they are, so that's why I want to watch it.
Did it move more like a dog?
Yeah, sure.
Have you seen that video?
No, I was just going with it.
Because yeah, in 3 the xenomorph gets on a dog, so it looks and moves a little
I
differently.
thought you said dong.
Oh god.
I was like, I don't know where you're going with that, but
Does it look more like a dong?
It looks exactly like a dong.
No, because yeah, the xenomorph it like latches onto a dog, so it looks a little differently.
Yeah,
but in like the original plan was to put a dog in a costume. And then
that would have been amazing.
There's video of it going around and it looks fucking ridiculous because like
it would be amazing.
Because actually seeing it run like a dog, you're like, oh wait, this is not gonna work.
Yeah, that's not scary.
Yeah, it's just like it's obviously just like a little fur ball just going.
It's like into those videos of dogs in Halloween costumes running around.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Oh, some of those are pretty scary. I saw a spider costume on a dog that was terrifying. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah,
anyway,
so,
we made it.
Anyways, I love this movie. I like. It's gonna be hard for us to cover a better movie in this series.
That's what I was thinking. I was watching this and I was like, we might have just like totally tipped the scale here because this is like way better. Because we've been trying to like specifically not go for the big, well-known, beloved movies, and it's like, well, we don't really have a choice for Sigourney Weaver.
Maybe we should have done Starship Troopers. That was as a lesser-known Sigourney Weaver role.
About how we would have felt if it was Sigourney Weaver.
Honestly, probably pretty good.
Like, probably
would have worked.
Should have done like Galaxy Quest or something instead. I don't think that would really count.
Well, she's not very actiony in there. She's more cleavagey in that one.
Which is fine. I don't think she got nominated for that one.
No, I don't think so. That's a great movie though. I love that
movie. That's another movie where I'm really sad that they had to cut it down because it was like R-rated originally, and then they recut it to make it a bit more PG.
Maybe we can do like a future series of like movies that are like Star Trek but aren't like Star Trek. I don't know like off the top of my head what else would go in there.
I was gonna say, you mean you just want to do a series where we watch Galaxy Quest every week?
Maybe.
Here we go, talking about it again. Anyway, all right, should we move on? We're at the theater. Let's get going.
Great movie.
Excellent movie.
Okay,
one of the best movies ever made.
Do you like it more than Alien? I like Alien a bit more.
Oh, it's a tough one. That's a very tough choice. I think I do like this one better than Alien, but it's not a better movie than Alien. If that makes sense.
I think that totally makes sense. Because like Alien is a perfect movie, but
Yep.
it's sort of slow and sterile. Where this, it's not a perfect movie, but it's so much fun. Is this a gang here? What is this?
Yeah, man. It's Road Boys. They're all going to see the name
A
of the
House of
movie that I
Dynamite?
definitely remember. The House of Dynamite. Yeah.
Jeez, they're all wearing black except for one that's wearing white.
Yeah,
Sticks out like a sore
he's
thumb.
the leader, obviously.
Okay, a bunch of youth gang. Anyways, yeah, we should put. I have the
I'm
dash
leaving.
cam. I should put the dash cam
I'm
up
leaving
here.
this in. I'm not cutting this out.
That's fine. All right, so Pete and I, we're at the theater. If you're new to the podcast, we're going to go inside, watch a House of Dynamite, come back and give you a spoiler-free reaction to the movie. Give you lots of warning before heading into spoiler talk.
Unless we get like jumped on the way in, then you might not hear from us.
Yeah, I'm going to run. It's just like a bunch of 16-year-olds. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
We'll
just be done.
I'm more afraid of them making fun of me than of them beating me up.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, well, wish us luck, everybody.
Welcome back, everyone. We've just watched A House Full of Dynamite. Is that what it's called?
A House of Dynamite.
There you go.
A house full of dynamite.
I swear I was paying attention.
I guess, yeah, it's almost like a
Not,
Sergio Leone film or something, like Fistful of Dynamite.
Yeah, A House Full of Dynamite. Yeah, so well, how long was that?
That was about 2 hours,
Yeah.
almost on the button.
I mean, it felt pretty long. It was pretty freaking stressful.
Yeah, it was very stressful the whole
Yeah.
time, I would say.
So I don't know how we're going to talk about this one, Trevor. I feel like I don't know how much we want to spoil before we get into actual spoilers, but I guess we'll tread the waters together.
Well,
Like, I guess we can just say, did we like it? I guess that'd be the first thing.
I think it was very good.
Yeah.
I liked it quite a lot. How did you feel?
I don't know if I would say I liked it quite a lot. I have some issues.
Well, can I guess? Like maybe you didn't. Did you feel deflated a little bit by the ending?
Yeah, I mean there is that, but and I think that's what I mean. I don't want to spoil anything, but yes, I will say that I felt a little unsatisfied with the ending. But I think my main issues are just with the structure in general.
Okay.
Which I guess we can get into without spoiling too much. But yeah, to me it was very well done, and like, man, like I say, it was very stressful. It's very, very stressful watch, as I was expecting going in, and the performances were all excellent. You could tell this was like let's like act our little hearts out and for this Oscar movie. It was a bit like,
well,
let's just show off everybody's talents in this movie.
They got some A players, and they each got like 10 minutes to shine.
Yeah, for everyone mostly just sitting in a room talking on phones and stuff, it was very well done. Performances were great. But for me, it kind of felt like, and this is what it was going for, right? It's like it was just lots of little vignettes of stories, which were all very good. But to me, it just felt like I wanted more from each one. Mm-hmm. So it kind of felt like it was lots of little like appetizers for stories, but none of them were fully satisfying on their own. And I think that's by design. It was just trying to show a cross section of all the different ways people would deal with this situation. But like when it finished, like it wasn't the way it ended that upset me. It was the way I felt was like I felt like a lot of those stories were unfinished, and I wanted them to finish, or I wanted to know more about them.
Right.
Because
well, you are sort of having to draw in the blank yourself.
Yeah.
And that is an intentional choice.
It definitely is. Yeah.
It's not that, they forgot to.
No, it wasn't poorly written or anything. It was
off.
like purposely done that way. I understand that. It didn't work for me as much as I would have liked.
Well, yeah, I would say the first act is the best by like a wide margin.
Yep.
I was kind of blown away by it.
Oh yeah, me too.
And I don't think it's spoiling to say that this is kind of like an onion unraveling movie. Like it's structured into 3 different acts with like overlapping timelines.
Yeah.
So you see a bit more. Not really like a Rashomon thing, no. Because it's not really about like, you see this from a different perspective. It's more like we're following a different cast of characters in each act.
Yeah.
And I think the first one is sort of the best.
Yeah, like how did you like that structure? Because I guess like the alternative would have just been like to have a bunch going on at the same time.
Yeah, like well, it's definitely because they're about probably 6 or 7 main
Yeah,
characters
yeah,
and
pretty
environments
much.
per act,
Yeah, exactly.
and so it would be
It would be basically
definitely be
impossible.
overwhelming.
Yeah.
So I think they sort of had to do it this way.
Mm.
I think that like I don't know. I think that acts 2 and 3 could have given us a little bit more information.
Yeah, I think yeah, I know
Would
what
have
you
maybe
mean.
would have been a little more satisfying.
Yeah, because like yeah, without spoiling it, it's like it's a ticking clock movie, right? I mean, that's pretty. I don't think that's a spoiler to say. Like something's going to happen, and we've got a countdown. And like you said, that first act, I agree, was like the most impactful. But and then it sort of resets that clock and shows it again from slightly different perspectives, I guess. Um,
But yeah, like
and
well,
like I think that was what my problem was because I like you said, I kind of want I don't think it gave us enough in those other acts to be like it being worthwhile. It was kind of just like, oh, we know where this is going, and yes, this is interesting to see what other people were doing and what they were dealing with. But yeah, to me, it just wasn't enough. I don't think to make it like like I think that's why that first scene was so impactful. It's because that was like it was basically laying down the groundwork of what was going on, and then the others were just like adding to it.
yeah, like and we might just have to put a pin in this till we get into spoilers,
Yeah,
but
it's hard.
I think like ultimately those other 2 acts, uh, they're there to show, you know, for like emotional depth.
Yeah,
It's not necessarily just like a story depth.
no, no, very true. It's very much character pieces. I think it's just like it really digs into the different characters in the different sections
Yeah.
and shows like how they specifically are reacting to this event over this short period of time, which was very well done and really interesting and well done. Yeah, I just felt for me, I think it was just a bit there was a bit too many things going on. Like
Yeah, like I think so.
like by the end of it, I was like, oh, I suddenly remembered characters from the first the first act of the movie that I'd kind of almost forgotten about, and in my mind I was going like, we haven't really figured out what was going on with them.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm interested to hear what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, there's one thing specifically, and it's not a big deal, but it was just kind of in my mind. It was like it was unfinished stories, and I know that was the point, but I don't know. Maybe it's just like
Yeah.
my caveman brain was like, I need an ending.
Well,
Not even to the whole movie, just an ending to like people's like arcs.
well, for me, like what is like the real masterstroke of this movie
Mm.
is that like it is this pressure cooker situation,
Uh-huh.
but it's showing like it's grounding this moment in all of these people's lives.
Yeah.
So you're seeing like any given day, you're
Mm.
seeing people go through like, oh, this person's going through a breakup. This person's gonna
Yeah.
propose to his fiance. This person, is like estranged from his daughter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which like, if you're going through any kind of crisis, any of the people that you're working with that are there, like they're not all in their A game. Like
Right.
everyone's
Yeah.
got their own thing going on.
Yeah, that was I agree. That is a really good thing about this movie because like whenever there's this kind of thing that happens in a movie and it's like, oh, let's get all like the joint chiefs and stuff and like they're all sat around a table and they're all
Yeah.
like, hey, we're doing our thing. It's like that's not how it would be. It'd be like, where's this guy? Oh, he's taking a shit, or like this guy's running around.
I thought that one character might have been taking a shit, but it was confirmed that he wasn't.
No, yeah,
But
yeah, there were some weird choices that I didn't really understand why they did, but yeah, we can get to that in a bit.
but I will say like there's probably like 25 main characters in this movie.
Yeah, it's a
But
lot.
I sort of feel like I got a handle on all of
Yeah,
them as people.
they did a really good job of that. And I think that's kind of like that's kind of what I meant. It's like they did such a great job of like setting these characters up and like, showing you who they are and what they were dealing with that I don't know in my mind I just like maybe I just wanted to know more.
Did you want to find out if that kid ended up getting a prescription? Were you interested in that storyline?
Which kid?
Rebecca Ferguson's kid.
Oh yes. Yeah, this poor kid. I want to know if he's gonna be all
He
right.
he had 102 fever,
Yeah, that's pretty high, man.
which
Yeah.
I think is pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just little things like that. And it's like it's definitely a me problem because none of that stuff really matters, and
No,
that's the point.
I don't think it's just I don't think it's a you problem because I felt that way a little bit as well,
Uh,
and there weren't a ton of people in the theater with us,
no,
but like it wasn't like a wasn't resounding reception
well,
that it got. Like I
especially when it ended. It ends somewhat abruptly without spoiling it, and yeah, it seemed like it was more of a deflated sense from the crowd, from
yeah
the small
I
crowd
w-
we had.
I was I was sitting back because I thought I was so smart and I called the movie entirely, and then it didn't end in the way that I predicted. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not as fucking smart as I thought I
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, and honestly, like I said earlier, like we get into this when we get into spoilers, but I don't think that upset me as much as like if my wife was watching this, she would not like that ending at all.
Yeah, I like it didn't hit me it didn't hit me well at the time,
No, no.
but now that I have a bit of distance from it, about 7 minutes
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever,
I agree.
I'm liking it more.
Yeah, your initial reaction is like, okay, and then when you think about it more, it's like, oh, you know what, that kind of makes sense.
I think that it's sort of a shame that this is a Netflix movie because
Yeah,
it's it's incredibly well done. Like we haven't really talked about the directing much, but I think that it's like certainly proving that Kathryn Bigelow still has got it.
yeah. Oh, yeah, I agree.
Like it was like this is all Steadicam stuff.
Yeah, I think
Like
so.
it
Yeah.
and it's very much documentary style. Um, at no point do you kind of feel like it's dragging, and like it's
No, and like I said, for mostly being people in rooms talking on phones and the same rooms multiple times, like
yeah.
that is to keep that fresh and exciting is like that's like it almost would be impossible, you would think, but she does it like really well.
Yeah, I just think I just think watching this in the theater is the only way that it's ever gonna click for
Yeah.
people. Like I don't see people watching this at home and like uh, I just think like, you know, you're gonna be distracted with your own stuff going on. There's literally too much going on at all times to follow everything unless you are completely locked in.
Yeah, it's
Not saying
not.
that people can't do that. Like I'm not trying to like
I know. I think I know what you're saying though. It's not the kind of Netflix movie you can have one in the background.
yeah. Like it sort of is like it's like 24
That's a good
if
comparison.
like five episodes were happening at the exact same time.
That is a great shot, actually. Yeah, yeah.
Like and obviously like people are interested in that sort of thing. I do wonder how much this will get watched.
Yeah,
But I also think like if you're not completely locked into this movie,
mm,
it's not gonna be that impactful to you, I think.
yeah. No, no.
Like that's like and like good for Netflix for for doing this movie, but and like giving it somewhat of a theatrical release, but it is kind of a bummer that, you know, that's most people will see it at home.
Well, and the other thing about this movie is that it's like legitimately terrifying.
Yeah.
Like one of those terrifying movies where like this could easily happen, and this is likely what it would be like, and that
Man,
is a
like
terrifying thought. That within 20 minutes, everything's different, basically.
well, I noted that the screenwriter, his name was Noah Oppenheim, and I just had to think like because your last name is almost Oppenheimer, is that why you're so interested in like a fallout of a nuclear war?
Maybe it's a pen name.
You know what? Maybe he was also credited as a producer,
Oh,
so
I see.
I don't know.
Oh, interesting.
Um, yeah, so I don't know what else to say. Like I definitely would highly recommend it. I don't know, Pete. Like, do you still think it's worth people
Yeah,
to give a
I
chance?
definitely think you should see it. It's like I said, it's a really well crafted movie, and the performances across the board were so good, and it's absolutely packed with great actors and great performances. So it's definitely worth seeing. But
I think Ferguson still steals the show. Like I
yeah,
think like it's hard to say she steals the show. She's top billed,
she's so good
but
in
she's
this.
really good. Like
She's so good in everything.
she has a moment where she's talking to her husband on the phone that I
Yeah,
found very affecting.
yeah, so it's very good, and I think they put that in the trailer. Sadly,
Oh, did they?
yeah, yeah. Interesting movie to try and market.
Well,
They did a great job in
it's like, hey, come be stressed out for two
yeah,
hours.
yeah, yeah. It's basically. I guess that's what it is.
Come escape reality.
Yeah, to a possible reality that would be way more stressful. I guess it's good for that, right? It's like, look how worse things could be. You think your job's stressful? Just watch this movie and realize it ain't that stressful. Yeah.
So we'll drop into spoilers for a second. I'd like to pitch people still come in and listen to our next episode. We're doing our long-standing project on last action heroes of the 80s and early 90s.
Yes, and once again, we're woefully unprepared for what we're doing next week.
Well, I want to pitch this over to you. Like, who do you feel like we absolutely need to cover next week?
Who do we absolutely need to cover? Ooh. So let's go through who we've done. We've done Sly, we've done Arnold, we've done Bruce, we've done Jean-Claude, we've done Dolph, we did Sigourney Weaver. Who we missed? Like, I feel like
we're now getting to the B tier territory.
How many spaces have we got left? Like, how many draft picks have we got left?
Well, we might have to call an audible and add some more to the back end. I'm totally fine to do that.
Because I feel like we should definitely do either for next one. I think we need to do like a Seagal or a Chuck Norris.
Yeah, I'm good with either.
Yeah. Because like Steven Seagal, I saw his big movies, obviously. But Chuck Norris, I don't think I ever really saw it, apart from the obviously sidekicks that I always bring up.
Yeah, I've never seen a single Chuck Norris movie.
No, and there's some like classic Chuck Norris movies, right? That we should do.
What's like Lone Wolf McQuade?
Yeah, I don't even know what they're called, but I think
I've
seen the scenes where he's like coming out of the water with his machine guns and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's more meme than man.
Yeah, I feel there's definitely one of those that we could get into that neither of us have seen, which would be fun.
Is that what you're gravitating towards then, a Chuck Norris?
Well, I mean, it's like, what do we do? Are we just going to do Under Siege, or are we going to do like a lesser known, like one of his?
Oh, like a Seagal? Okay.
Yeah, like if we were going to do Seagal instead, are we going to do like a well-known one or something that's a bit more like?
Well, it's good we haven't done Die Hard because he does a few Die Hard.
He's Die Hard on a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we could do the thing where we could decide on the actor and then let some people weigh in too.
Sure. Well, let's do Chuck Norris.
Okay, you're really wavering here. Okay, Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do a Chuck Norris, and when you guys tell us which one is the quintessential.
Yeah, that's
Chuck Norris movie
for two guys who have not seen one. So
and, don't say Sidekicks, although I would watch Sidekicks, but I don't think that's really the way we're going.
And Sidekicks isn't even well reviewed, right?
Like,
no,
I've not even pretty hated. I think
I've not seen that one.
I just remember when I was a kid watching it and thinking it was cool.
Well, it sounds like a great concept.
Yeah, right.
I'll probably watch that on the side.
Or maybe we could do Dodgeball.
Fucking Chuck Norris. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he does the thumbs up. Anyway, yeah, we won't do Dodgeball. No one say Dodgeball or Sidekicks, okay? We'll exclude those.
Or Expendables 2.
Or Expendables, yeah, the one Expendables where they couldn't swear. Did you know that? Like, the only way he said he would only be in an Expendables movie if they cut out all the swearing.
I had no idea.
Yes.
That's pretty
So the one that he was in, they cut out all the swearing, no bad words. Like, you can shoot people in the face as much as you want.
That's what I don't understand.
Just don't swear.
That's why I don't understand that about like morality police.
Let's not get into that. It's just like a black hole of nonsense.
I really like Game of Thrones, but like, why is there all that sex in it? Like, it honestly just takes me all out of the when they stab people in the face. Or whatever.
It's like, I can't see a nipple on TV. Are you insane, man?
My kid's watching this.
Crazy.
Anyway,
yeah. So let us know Chuck Norris movies.
Chuck Norris,
preferably with nipples in. Chuck Norris nipples, obviously.
Okay. Yeah. Which Chuck Norris vehicle most prominently features his nipples?
Exactly. And then maybe we should come up with our best Chuck Norris one-line joke. Chuck Norris joke.
Okay. Has enough time passed that it's like funny to talk about these again?
It's gotta be, right?
Okay. Yeah, because it's like 20 years old, this meme at this point, right?
Yeah. Well, maybe our younger audience will just think we invented it.
Sure. Well, they're probably just like, who is Chuck Norris?
What are you talking about? Anyway, that's next week.
Okay, that's next week.
We know what movie we're doing next week? Like what? So what's coming out next week?
The new Yorgos Lanthimos movie is next week.
Yes, that's right. My mistake. Yes,
which I'm very interested in.
Yes, I'm really interested to see what.
I sort of thought it was this week, and that would have lined up well with the aliens.
Yeah,
thing.
true. Yeah. Well, maybe there's a Chuck Norris movie where he tackles like corporate people.
Or he has to shave his head?
Yes. He would shave his head in one movie, surely. Yeah. Or like at least get some pretty decent crew cut or something.
All right, let's go into spoilers
Anyway,
here.
yeah, let's talk about this movie. All right, spoilers from now on, guys.
Okay, yeah, I definitely thought. Well, I guess I don't know what I thought was going to happen with this movie. Like I thought there was going to be that first event, like either that they intercept the missile or whatever, or it's a dud at the end, then they're dealing with the fallout of making the next decision, right? So I was quite surprised when it was in Act 2, and then I realized that each act was going to end basically when the first act ends.
Yeah, that was my kind of thing. Like when it started, and it was like there was a 20-minute countdown basically for when the missile's gonna hit the Chicago or whatever. I remember you like let over and was like, "Oh, it's a pretty short movie. It's like 20 minutes long."
Yeah, but then
like in my mind, it was like, "Oh, that's gonna like." I was expecting that to be like more like an hour.
Yeah, well, like the entire run of Doctor Strangelove, right? Is that exact scenario? But I guess that was early 1960s technology. It took you a little longer to get a missile across.
So that first act I really, really enjoyed. And then when they did the second act, I was kind of hoping that it would maybe reveal a bit more of what's going on. It like in the aftermath. And then especially right at the end, I was anticipating them to actually show what happened.
Well,
and that was the big like what we were dancing around earlier is like it literally does like a crash cut to the end credits, just as the final decision by the president's about to be made as the missile hits
people are
Chicago.
Getting into bunkers.
Yeah, it's like all build up and no release.
But the more I think about that, the more I think that like the outcome has already been like the movie's called A House of Dynamite, right?
Yeah.
So it's basically like someone's already thrown a match in there.
Yeah.
It doesn't like the events of the movie effectively do not matter because at that point it's already done.
Right.
It's already on rails. And where I thought I was so smart in calling it ahead of time. And I think I was mostly just thinking of this because when they were in Alaska, they said that it was like really cloudy or whatever. And so I'm like, well, they haven't actually seen this missile going.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is this just a cyber attack where they're making it seem like a missile's launching? That's why it missed, right? Because there's not actually anything there.
Yeah.
It's all just like ones and zeros.
That's like the classic.
That's a Tom Clancy thing.
Yeah, that would have been the classic end to the movie. Is like the last minute the president decides he's going to wait.
He's a decent man.
Yeah, he can't in good conscience fire off any missiles, and then it turns out there was no missile and everything's fine.
So I'm really relieved that it wasn't that.
Yeah,
like
me too, actually.
This is smarter, I think, to do it this way.
And I think to your point, I think it's not trying to tell a story of. It's not trying to tell that story. It's not about like what happens when a missile hits. It's about it's about what does this do to people when they deal with this situation.
Yeah, what's the human? Because
it's like it's not about what the end game of that is at all. Like, that's not what it's interested in talking about. It's talking about what does this do to people just living their lives and having this monumental thing just happen out of nowhere, and how do you deal with that?
Well, and it's interesting that the movie we did talk about before was Aliens, where Aliens is sort of like competency porn with Ripley.
Yeah.
And this movie, like, there's no one who's like super competent who's figuring everything out.
Well, that's the problem. That's the thing, man. I think that's what was a really interesting point he was making. Is like this shit happens so fast. It's like you've no time to even fucking process what's going on. Never mind get the right people in the right rooms to talk about it. It's like, no, you don't even have time to get those people on the phone. Never mind process what's happening and then talk about it. It's like, this is what would happen. It's too late almost.
It's like, we don't have time to figure out who launched this missile at us. We have to attack all of our enemies at once.
Yeah, it was crazy seeing that stuff.
Well, the one guy who was the deputy.
Oh, that was so funny. He's like running down the street.
He was great. He might have been my second favorite.
Yeah, he did. He was really good
because like he did come off as like competent, but like
like
way too green.
yeah, and like way in the worst possible
Yeah.
place for doing it, like trying to get through the security checkpoint.
It's like you
And
have
he's
to put
like
your
on the
phone
and he's
down.
like on the phone going like, oh, we can't
Just give me a minute.
It's like
I can't give
we
you a
can't
minute.
launch all the nuclear bombs. And everyone's like, what the fuck's this guy talking about? It's like,
Like someone's
oh,
just
it's
trying to
so
talk to
funny.
him about like his wife or whatever. He's
I
like, yeah,
know.
whatever. I'm on the
It's like
phone
I'm
with
on a
them.
meeting. Oh, it's so funny. Oh, but that's
But yeah, I like that everyone is just sort of just like they have scenarios for this, but like it's insane to actually like go through these scenarios in real life.
It's like this is just stuff that we do just because you have to do it. Like when no one's expecting it to actually happen.
Well, because even Jared Harris, I think he's playing the Secretary of Defense or whatever.
Right, yeah.
He's like
He's always really good.
he had a line in the first act, and then you hear it again in the third act where he's like, no, we have to like. I know what the procedures are that we have to get POTUS on, but we have to launch these things now. Like I'll deal with the follow later. Like which is like actually like a good decision in the time.
Right.
Where like we can't just like be like stick to protocol here because then we're gonna miss the window to attack this thing.
Oh, it's so crazy.
Because yeah, everything is just happening so fast and no one's actually been through this before.
Yeah.
Like because the entire thing is built on a system of, you know, deterrence, but like what happens if someone just, you know, some rogue actor just ignores that?
So I want to go back to the thing I mentioned earlier about the stuff with Rebecca Ferguson.
Okay.
So at the very end of that section, she writes something on a notepad and shows the guy next to her, and he writes a response on a notepad.
Oh, you might have missed the.
And I think did I miss what they were writing on there?
So someone had come into her about 6 or 7 minutes before that and said, we need everyone's name and sin who's still here.
Oh, okay.
In the event that
that
this gets blown up, so they can figure out who died here,
right?
Who's dead.
I do recall that now. Yes.
Yeah. But no, yeah, it wasn't him writing like "Have a nice day."
Yeah, because in my mind I was like, what are they writing on this? And like, because it was very much the focus. But that makes sense. I guess they were just showing that like this is all they have left to do now is just make sure people know who they are when they die.
Yeah, but like I know we talked about this before already, but like I love that like her son is sick. That guy's proposing to his wife.
Yeah.
The other guy, like one of the generals, is just annoying and talks to everybody about the baseball game. Like says the same things, and he has 8 fucking sugars.
That's insane. 8
like,
sugars.
Jared Harris's wife died. He's estranged from his daughter, right? Yeah. Like, no one's got any sleep. Anthony Ramos, his girlfriend, just broke up with him.
Yeah, like the pilots. Like with stuffed toy for his
the stuffed animal.
It's like that's what I mean. Like there was so many like amazing little vignettes like that, but to me, I was like, oh, you know what? I'd like to know more about what this guy's up to. Like more than the 2 scenes I've seen him in for this entire movie.
Well, I guess like why I like the movie so much is it shows the people within these like crazy systems.
Yeah.
And like where I think the third act is really powerful is it's following Idris Elba where they thought we didn't realize that was him.
Can we talk about that? Like what? Because it was an obvious choice to like not have him on the camera and like basically not show him at all until the third act. But I mean, like, I didn't understand why. Like, it was a secret. Even when they did introduce him, it was like, oh, is that like he showed half of his face like through a doorway, and it's like, oh, is that Idris Elba? Let's find out. And it's like, yeah, of course it is. It's on the freaking poster. Yeah, I heard him talking through on the phone.
I thought he was going to be taking a shit, or he was going to be like in a hotel room with somebody or something.
That's what I was expecting. I was like, it's going to be something unexpected where he's like, no, he's just in his car and in a helicopter. I'm like, okay, so like. It felt like that was something that they were holding back. They were going to reveal it, and I was a bit like, that was underwhelming. Just didn't understand why she made that choice. Really.
Well, I don't know why it didn't show him, other than the fact that they thought maybe we'll lose a little bit of magic here. But like, who doesn't even when he was doing an American accent, like you recognize his voice.
That's what I mean. It's like not that it was like it didn't make sense that you didn't see him. It's just like it was very purposefully like we're not showing. There's like not even a picture of him or nothing.
Yeah.
Or even like a glimpse of what he's up to. It was like very purposely, we're not going to show you Idris Elba until the end. I didn't really understand why. It was just more distracting than anything else. And then when it was revealed, it didn't really have like a reason where you're like, oh, that's why. It was just kind of like, well, that was kind of weird. It was just distracted me the entire time for no real purpose. So that
Yeah,
I found quite strange.
I don't know. Like, I guess, I don't really have a good answer for that.
Although
But
I would really enjoy living in a world where Idris Elba is the president of the United States. I'm just gonna say that.
I think he'd do a good job,
Yeah.
but not a naturalized
No,
U.S. citizen.
exactly. But you
So
could do a good accent though.
yeah, well, exactly. But no, like I think that I think the second act is the weakest. The third act it focuses a lot on the president, and it shows him as like a real human being,
Yeah.
and he has to get on the phone with his wife because he's like, I can't
It's like
murder a bunch of people without like
it's like I need to
talking
speak
with
to
my
I need to
wife.
speak to someone. The only person I can speak to is
Dude,
my wife. She's
well,
like
I don't want to talk to this like random
weird.
random guy who's telling me that I have to bomb,
Yeah.
North Korea, doing like the rare, medium, and well done.
So, well, what would be your choice, Trevor? What would you do if you were the president and you're in that situation?
I'd wait to make sure that Chicago actually blew up, is what I would do.
Yeah, that was one niggle I did have. Like, I didn't fully understand the urgency of it.
I think because they thought like either
There's more coming, I guess, is what they were thinking.
well, like this might be a coordinated attack, and if it's not a coordinated attack, our our enemies might worry that we're going to retaliate against them, so they're going to they're going to
Yeah,
preemptively strike us, or they're going to see this as an opportunity that we're weak, so they have to strike us. So they basically painted a scenario that no matter what happens here, like this won't just be the end of it, because either like we'll be forced to attack people, or people will see us as weak and then we'll get attacked more.
I guess.
So that's why they framed it as like it's either surrender or suicide,
Yeah.
essentially.
That's really crazy to think about, isn't it? It's like
It does seem
one missile gets fired and they don't even know who by, and then it's like, I guess we have to blow up the entire world.
it does seem plausible. Well, and like
So terrifying.
the title seems pretty apt, right? Like
Yeah,
that,
it does.
like all this really needs is something to go wrong, and then the entire system falls down.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking about like how they're showing people who are like, very knowledgeable and supposedly very good at their jobs, going to the stressful situation, not being able to come up with any answers.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what this current administration
Oh
would
my
do.
God.
It was like filled with complete sycophants and like people who don't know anything about anything.
They would have fired every missile they had as soon as they saw a missile, I would imagine.
Well, I was thinking,
in my mind, I'm also like, you have to think that they have more opportunity to shoot it down than what they showed in this movie. And they did allude to that when it's like, why can't we just fire more than 2 missiles on it? Like, well, we don't want to fire too many. What if more come? But I'm like, you would be shooting more than 2 fucking missiles at that nuclear warhead, let me tell you.
But it also sounds like once, like you only have a chance to shoot at it.
The window.
To shoot at it when it's in the window before it starts declining. I don't know why that is. Like,
yeah, I don't know either.
Maybe if you're detonating that high over the U.S., then it causes more problems than letting it hit a narrow area.
But then, like, when they fired those missiles, like, we'll just fire 2, like one and then one as a backup, and hope that one of those hits.
It seems a little far-fetched.
It just seemed a bit like, where's your projections on that? Just fire 4 or 10. Like, what are you saving them for?
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially if it seemed like they knew it was only a 60 or something% chance of it actually working. I'd be like, well, if we send 10 up, that's a bit more of a chance than sending 2 up.
Well, that's why I'm
not good at probability or whatever, but it's got to be better, right?
I was thinking a lot about the current administration when they were running through that, because they were asking the deputy, like, what are the actual chances? He's like, well, I got to stay in my lane. They're like, what are the actual chances?
It's like, no bullshit.
After deployment, it's a 62% chance. I'm like, okay, you know what? This guy, like, he could just pull that out of his head.
Yeah.
Ask someone in like the current administration, they'd say, I don't know, I'm gonna check the subreddits. see what it says.
Let me check
I'll check 4chan.
Check my WhatsApp chat real quick.
Yeah. It says that North Korea are pussies and they would never attack us.
Oh.
Yeah, we're fucked, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, very much so. I think that was the main thing I took from this. It's like, it's terrifying that like this could very easily happen, and the end of the world would happen before you even knew what was going on.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, so, that was a very depressing thing to say.
It was a pretty stressful watch, I would say.
Oh, so stressful. I was so stressed.
Do you think this will be like an Oscar buzzy movie? Like it sort of is right
Ooh,
now, but like
yeah,
you
hard to
know, the
say.
field will get like will narrow down in about
Yeah,
a couple weeks.
I don't know. I don't know about that, you know. I haven't really been following the buzz or anything. Like this one went way under my radar. I barely even knew it was a movie. But maybe I'm just not plugged in
Yeah,
to that
well,
kind of stuff.
like it still is very early.
I mean,
But
I mean, I can't see it getting like I can't see it getting like a huge momentum behind it or anything like that. You know, like some of those Oscar movies, like start riding that wave was or whatever.
yeah, but like also sometimes you see stuff like this is definitely like a I don't know, this is definitely like a dad movie or like a
Yeah,
boomer
yeah,
movie and like
exactly.
and like every other year those can do really well, right? There are
Yeah,
like older members of the Academy like really like
very, yeah, very true, very true.
like I really like this. I'm not super old.
I liked it
I
too,
thought it
but
was pretty
it's
good.
just
So
yeah, like I've mentioned, it's just there's some things that didn't work for me, but
yeah,
that's a preference thing.
it's more like it's more geopolitical rather than like like
Yeah,
partisan political. So like
yeah,
I don't know if it's necessarily going to be picking up stuff
true, true.
on that. So
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair point.
I don't know. Like I could definitely see this one disappearing. I think it's worth seeing for sure.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be upset if it did well.
Well, and I guess like it doesn't have a lead, right? So like
Yeah, I think
it's not
that's
necessarily going to be
yeah,
picking up acting noms or
yeah.
anything
I
like
think
that.
that's true. Yeah, it's tough on that
Like
sense for sure.
like it might get an editing or a screenplay nom. I could certainly see that.
Potentially. Well, we'll see. Maybe she'll get her director nom again. But
Got to collect those accolades, you know.
no, she got the one. I don't think they'll give her another one.
Well, they nominated her at the second
True. That's
time,
true.
so there
Actually,
you
that's
go.
true. Actually. All right. Well, we made it home.
Yeah, so we rate things out of 6.5 on this podcast. It's a perfectly normal thing to do. Pete,
Yep, makes a lot of sense.
where you landing on this one?
Ooh, 6.5. I'm gonna give it. Mm, I'm gonna give it a 5.
Okay, I was gonna go 5.5.
I was kind of in between 4.5 and 5.
Yeah, maybe even 5.75. Like I thought it was like
Yeah, how many decimal points are we doing at this point?
5.7568. It's such a well done movie.
It is, and I can't. That's what I mean. Even though it probably sounds like I'm being really down on it, but it's like it's really well done. It's technically really well done.
And I think like the movie itself, like I think is aware that it's not making any new points really.
Right.
What it's doing is like it's showing the emotional core of it and it's kind of
Hmm.
it's showing like the helplessness of it. But like
Yeah. Yeah.
you could watch like if you watch Doctor Strangelove, like you're not learning anything new from
Yeah.
this movie than you would have from watching that one.
Exactly.
You would have had a few more laughs, I think. But this one, like, it does have that and the emotional core to it, and it's good to know that we're as fucked and as close to nuclear annihilation as we were back in
Oh man.
back
Yeah, the way it
in
opens, the way it opens
1964.
a movie, and it's like after the Cold War, like everyone agreed that we shouldn't be having nuclear missiles. Like that's all done.
Yeah, like
Now we're way worse
that's
off.
stupid.
I was like, oh man, that's so true. That's terrifying.
Well, the one thing they said is like, this could just be some submarine captain woke up and was
Right?
like upset
It's like his
about
wife left
something.
him, so he's just like had a mental
Like
breakdown.
it's honestly it's a miracle that this hasn't
It
happened.
really is. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, it's probably there's probably stuff that's gone on that nobody knows about. You would have to imagine.
Well, yeah, like they mentioned like the flock of seagulls
Yeah,
thing, but like there has been like a computer glitch
yeah,
before
oh, yeah, yeah.
that's made it seem like, you know,
Yeah, like
there was a
training
nuclear.
exercises
Yeah,
running without people realizing and stuff. Yeah, it's
yeah,
crazy. And they even got that in there. There was a comment about AI assisted
yeah.
things that could have malfunctioned. I was like, oh yeah.
That's really what's gonna happen. It's not gonna be fucking.
Skynet. It's Skynet.
It's not even gonna be Skynet. It's gonna be like Grok gets a hold of it and just
Yeah.
like and does it for like the lulz. Like
Yeah,
that's
it's not like Skynet where it's like a calculated plan to get rid of human society. It's like no, it's just AI who just fucking went mental and
yeah. It's
didn't
just
even know what it was doing.
no. They like we'll train AI to be a fucking troll and it'll think it's funny to do it.
Yeah, probably. Oh boy. On that happy note. All right. Anything else, Trevor, before we sign off?
Yeah, so it's what is the Lanthimos movie called? Is it Begonia?
Oh, I don't know. I keep seeing it, but it's in that weird font, and I don't know how to pronounce it.
I think it's Begonia. Let me
Begonia?
see. Begonia. Next,
Bugonia or Bugonia,
Begonia.
like B-U-G.
Yeah.
Begonia. Is that like a? What is that? Is that a place or something? Or is it just a made-up word?
Could be.
All words are made up.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you.
No, I'm looking forward to that
Oh,
one.
it's a remake.
Oh, there you go.
It's a South Korean movie.
Oh, okay.
Save the Green Planet. Should I watch this beforehand or not? I might.
It's always
might,
tricky. It's always
might
tricky.
hurt my initial reaction.
You say it's a Korean movie? I'm surprised you've not seen it already.
I haven't. What? I've seen every Korean movie.
Yeah, man. I thought you had. It can't be that many, surely.
I don't even think this is like a famous Korean movie.
Oh yeah, that's probably why I haven't seen it.
Okay, sure. Well, like I might see like the most famous one a year. Right? Like that. Like that's.
That's it. I'm just being a dick.
You see. Oh, this one has 88% on Rotten Tomatoes.
What, the original?
Yeah, the original.
Well, there you go.
This one has, the new one has 90%. So it's 2% better.
On there, right?
And then we'll be covering a Chuck Norris movie with that. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's going to be a weird double header, but oh, there you go. There you go. We chose this project, so we're going to do it. And I'm looking forward to seeing Chuck Norris shoot some people and karate kick a guy in the face.
Yeah, honestly. It'll be nice.
It'll be nice. Do a sidekick on someone.
Okay.
All right, well, until then, until next week, that's the final word.